What is up, YouTube? It has been a minute. I know. Actually, it's only been since last Friday. Not too long. I got really sick. I lost my voice completely. Like, I'm still gaining it back. I don't know if you can tell. My voice is a little bit, like, raspy. I don't know what it was, but I still even, like when I run in the morning, I'm still, like, coughing up stuff because I can feel it in my chest. I don't know what it is, but it is absolutely kicking my rear end. Couldn't tell you what it is, but pretty nasty stuff. Um, but this one's not gonna be too long. Not really doing anything crazy today. Uh, took a we took a I guess update because I've been posting my live trade recaps on my YouTube every single day that I'm on. Yesterday I didn't because I didn't even end up trading anyway, and I was dead. And then today I recorded and was all good. And then I wasn't going to trade. And then I closed it completely. And then I ended up taking the trade right after I got off and closed it down. I don't know. But I posted the trade anyway. So that was good. So we're one step closer to passing the eval, which will help me scale in the long run, which is the goal, long term. And if you want to do that, and if you're looking to get into that, I told someone this morning, and I'll tell you this as well. If you are not obsessed with wanting to become a better person and cannot see yourself, I guess, outlasting the guy next to you who's also trying to do it, don't try. Like, don't even step in the realm, because it's going to show every bad habit, every personality problem, like your impatience, your greed, your undiscipline, like the whole nine. I thought I was good, and then I ended up doing this, and I got really deep into it, and it ended up showing me a lot about myself. So, yeah, so that's that. But today's thing I kind of wanted to go over, I kind of got some inspiration. I was listening to Alex Ramosi and Chris Williamson's Modern Wisdom podcast. They posted 4 hours long. I haven't gotten through all of it yet, but they have so many topics in there that you could talk on forever. And I just kind of got into them because I think it's something that a lot of people struggle with, is the label aspect and like your story. And they had pretty much gone to it literally at the beginning of the episode. So if you haven't watched it, please go watch it. But I guess what I'm going to get into is the fact that I think a lot of people, when they go through experiences in their lives, they put a label on themselves, especially at a young age, because they obviously don't have a lot of purpose. They don't feel like they have purpose, so they attach themselves to the experiences, and I think the more emotionally painful ones. And then that's what they just they label themselves as. They put this label above them, and they then they put this label above them and then build foundations beneath that to then identify with this label that they put above themselves. So, and I think it's really detrimental to a lot of people, because then they have a hard time letting go of the labels, and in return hinders you from, I guess, being more creative in your story and creating your story, and making it, I guess, I wouldn't say better, because your story alone is unique as it is, but I guess like making it more, I don't know, bringing more volume to it, I guess you can call it. But like a lot of people will describe themselves or label themselves as happy, and they will do everything in their power to do that label. And when you don't stay consistent with that label, you then feel bad, and you bring, I guess, this self-criticism upon yourself because you aren't doing what you're labeled as. So like a lot of people will label themselves as, oh, I'm just this lazy person. Oh, I'm just this, I don't know, I guess just not consistent person. I'm not loving. I'm not this and that. And they'll then build this foundation of evidence to prove to themselves I actually am this label I call myself, which then it can be detrimental depending on the label that you put on yourself, because then you're going to feel bad for not fulfilling that label that you have now labeled yourself as. And a lot of people will be like, oh, well, I I can't do this dream because I am this label. And in all reality, if you just utilize the painful situations that brought you to bringing yourself to that label that you put on yourself, you could then use those in a different way to then create a new label for yourself, create a new story for yourself. Because everybody's story is unique. I mean, your path to wherever you're going is unique. Every experience that you've had is unique. All of the pains and stuff is unique. And I mean, everybody has had like this, I don't know, like everybody's worst pains is everybody's worst pains. Because like someone could have gotten called a really bad name one time, and that was the worst thing they've ever been through, and then someone's family has died, and that's their worst. But at the same time, they're still level because it's both their worst experiences. And I just think that, I mean, for me, this is what I used to do, is I used to say, oh, well, I bet someone else has been through worse. And that's how I have always done it. And I've always said, oh, someone's been through worse, or something of that nature. So like when people are trying to go through something hard, you have to remember, you made it through all of that stuff that you went through. You made it through your worst times. You made it through whatever it is that you made it through to get to where you are today. So to discredit yourself and telling yourself that, oh, I actually can't do something because of the fact that it's hard and painful, is telling yourself that you never went through anything hard, but you made it here today. You are here today. You've made it through painful situations. Don't discredit yourself. You are better than what you think you are. You can push yourself farther than what you remember you can, because just because you haven't gone through painful situations recently and don't remember it off the top of your head about how you felt in that situation, doesn't mean that you can't look back and be like, oh, you know what, I actually did go through these things, and I have made it here, and I've felt this way before, and I've experienced these things, so I sure as hell can make it through this and this and this. And I just think, like, you know, a lot of people just forget that stuff, and it's okay to not have gone through a lot of things. Doesn't mean you can't push yourself to the same extent that someone who has gone through things that can. Like, I think a lot of people are like, oh, I've just never been through anything like that, so I just can't see myself doing anything like that. But in all reality, we've all felt the same type of level pain, I guess, if that makes sense, because like everybody's, I don't know, does that make sense? It's like everybody has experienced the same level of pain no matter what the scenario was. You know what I mean? Because like if one person's only ever experienced this much pain and this person has experienced this much pain, they're still both equally painful, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's kind of weird to explain. It's like really weird. If you get it, you get it. But yeah, it's like just utilize that, utilize those experiences to then bring this new label of, you know what, actually I can be this person. I can be a happy person. I can be disciplined. Because once you start labeling yourself, something like neurologically just happens where you start building evidence towards why you are the label that you labeled yourself as, which then in return helps you build building blocks in order to get to wherever you wanted to go with that label. And you can almost alter the state of your mind, your decisions, based off of those building blocks and based off those labels. You can almost fake it till you make it kind of deal. In a way, I don't actually believe in it, but like, because you can talk about it all you want, but unless you're actually going to do it, you're not actually going to do it. But you can almost fake it till you make it. You know, might as well give her a shot. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, like a lot of people, like, because like we all kind of, like Chris Williamson said this, and it's so true. I didn't even realize it. It's like we all, like as humans, we gravitate towards the fact of stories. We all gravitate towards stories. That's why we watch movies and we read books, because I don't know, something about us just loves the ups and downs of stories. And I guess the thing is whenever you're at the end of the day, like whenever you're about to go, you know, go down to the ground, what does your story have in it? Does your story have ups and downs, trials and tribulations? You've got the highs and the lows. You've got the pain and sacrifices with the happy and loving parts that people would actually be interested in and that you would be happy to tell somebody because you're proud of your story. Or is your story flat, doesn't have any highs and lows in it, has a few, you know, painful parts and a few loving parts, but there's really no trials and tribulations and twists and turns and, crazy events happening within your story to have gotten you to where you are today, or I guess where you would be at the end of your life. That would be so boring. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be very proud if you had, unless, like, you wouldn't be as proud as if you had done all those things and put yourself through all the painful situations and, like, all your worst pains, you know what I mean? Like, use those, and you got your heart broken, and then you utilize that to then go build this massive dream that you've always wanted, and that was just the catalyst to help you learn about yourself. And then you just went and you build it up, and you help people out, and then you got crashed down again, and you lost it all, and then you built it again. And, like, how much more exciting does that sound than, I lived my life, and I went through the motions, and I just did what I needed to do in order to get by, and I was happy with that. Like, there's a whole different story, two different stories massively, and one's exciting and one is bland, and one fills the box office and one does not. And it's all on us in order to, I guess, make the story. The story doesn't just make itself. And that's why I mean, like, utilizing putting a label on yourself. Make sure it's the right label. You can make it any label. Our labels are not determined off the experiences that we've had. Our labels are determined off of what we want in our lives. So you can label yourself as wanting to be great, wanting to be happy, wanting to be disciplined, consistent. And I'm telling you, you can be those things no matter what the circumstances or experiences that you had prior to that, or painful situations, because you can always utilize those in a different angle in order to build the building blocks and evidence to fulfill this new label that you put over yourself in order to achieve your dreams and goals of whoever you want to be and however you want to be it. And that's kind of just like something pretty short. It's, I don't know, it's something that I did. It's something I did for sure. I didn't even realize I did it, and I definitely did that. I have had, ups and downs where I said, I can't be understood by people. I just am no good in this. I just don't relate in this. Why am I not normal? And I labeled myself as not normal. I labeled myself as someone who could not get along with other people. I labeled myself as someone who couldn't be loved because of just certain situations that had happened to me. And I inevitably stuck with the label, and I started building blocks of showing evidence of why I was this not lovable person or whatever. And I started then doing actions, which was secluding myself, not going and making friends, not I guess doing what other people wanted to do around me, because I was too selfish and cold-hearted to do that, because I labeled myself as not lovable. So I just thought I shouldn't worry about what other people are thinking, or how they feel or anything like that. And inevitably it made me lose a lot of relationships, and it hurt me mentally especially. And I came out of that because I was like, you know what, I'm done, and there's no way I can be successful in the things I want to be, and I'm not going to be happy this way. And I decided to change the label that I put over myself, and I wanted to be better, and I wanted to be better for other people other than myself. And that meant I needed to be friendly. I needed to relate. I needed to, do these things. I needed to go meet people that related with me instead of, being secluded. I guess a closed mouth does not get fed. So if you're feeling like you don't relate to people, go find people that relate to you. Go out and look for them, because I'm telling you, they're out there, because I felt the same way about not finding the right people to surround myself with. And I'm telling you, they're out there. There's few, but there's also many. But it's your job to find them. It's your job to speak up. And that goes the same thing with literally everything. A closed mouth does not get fed. So how do you expect to get to where you want to be if you keep yourself quiet, or you seclude yourself from taking steps in order to get there? You just don't get there. And that inevitably comes with labeling yourself. You can label yourself whatever you want to be. So just be who you want to be. Be you. You're unique. You're here. You're literally here. You made it here. You're a 1 in 400 trillion. Be who you want to be. Label yourself whoever you want to label yourself, because I'm telling you, your life will change as soon as you stop caring what other people think about you and you start being who you want to be and how you want to be it. And doing it the right way will always bring you to a better life than holding yourself in and doing what everybody else wants you to do because you want to be liked or loved, or because this person doesn't like me during this situation. Screw those guys. You know what I mean? Screw what everybody else thinks. Be you. Be who you want to be. Label yourself whatever you want to do, and go after it and get it. And I'm telling you, there's two lives. One where you realize there's the life that you're living right now, and there's the life that you experience after. I guess is that how you say it? Yeah, there's two lives. The one that you're living right now, and the moment that you realize you only have one life. And that's when you start living the second one. And I'm telling you, that is the same thing that comes with realizing you can be whatever you want to be. Like that same thing goes towards that. As soon as you realize you can be whoever you want to be and be yourself and not care about what other people think of you, that is the moment you truly start living. I believe in that. I felt that way for a long time. Like I still catch myself doing this. Literally, I was thinking about this today. I was like, wow, this is perfect. I was like, so I can dump this. The reason I started posting on here is because I didn't know how to emotionally articulate my feelings in a way to talk about them. I was terrible at talking about them. I was terrible. And I cared too much about what other people thought of me, even though people thought I was just cold-hearted and didn't care. I cared a ton. Usually those people are the ones that care a ton. They just don't show it. And I'm here to tell you, whenever I started posting, I was so worried about what other people would think of me. But I also understood once I started posting, that's why if you go watch my first episode ever, my first video, I shed tears on there about how I truly thought. Because I know if I can shed tears and anybody can see that, then what do I have to care about? Whose opinion do I have to care about after that? They've seen me at my lowest. They've seen me at my highest. They see how I really think. They can accept me or they don't accept me. And that's why I put it out there. That was the whole reason that first video, even if there was never going to be a video after that again, that was the whole point. That was it. That was my point of doing that, was to put myself in an uncomfortable situation, because then I knew I wouldn't care after that. I could be who I wanted to be. I could express how I wanted to express. I was so scared to express my true feelings towards how people operate, how I can't relate to certain people, how this, and this, and this. But that's why I dumped it all in that first one, because I was like, you know what, as soon as I get it out to the public and I post it on everything so everybody can see, even people I don't even know, guess what? Who cares after that? Because everybody's already seen it, you know what I mean? And that's why I did that. And that's why I still do it. And even today, I had met somebody, right? And, there could be something there. And I immediately start worrying, well, what if they look up my social media and they see my YouTube video and this and this and this and this and this. But in all reality, there I go again. I'm trapping myself. As soon as I start doing that, I know I'm trapping myself. I know I'm doing it. And I'm starting the whole pattern over again. So it doesn't just go away. It's a constant battle of, fighting off that person of who you were. But I'm telling you, you just have to understand when it's happening. You'll get better at it. You'll get better at dealing with those things. And then that's when you can go ahead and continue moving forward, because you understand what it feels like now. You know how you get anxiety. You know how you get stressed in these situations. So now you can now deal with them in proper ways to then continue being who you want to be. You can be who you want to be wherever you want to be with whoever you want to be. And that's what I'm trying to do now, is still do that. And luckily I've found some people that, don't judge me for that. And I mean, now I don't want to say I'm being just brutal and just screw you, but in all reality, that's how I am. I'm trying to be as if you don't agree with it, listen, everybody has their own opinions. That's fine. I'm going to move forward over here, and thank you for your time. And I think it's how everybody should be. I think everybody should just, you can be respectful about it, and people have their own opinions, but just don't trap yourself. Don't do it. Don't trap yourself. Don't let your actions be dictated by other people, because as soon as you do that, you are trapping the one life you have, and you are going to start moving in ways and doing things in which you never wanted to do in the first place. And the life that you are running from is inevitably going to be coming back, and you will then start doing the same patterns again because you let someone else dictate how you decided how your life and your story would be created. And that is scary, 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 scary because, man, because you can feel it coming and you see it, but you're not actually doing anything about it and you're allowing it to happen. It hurts a lot. And I knew as soon as I started feeling that emotion of like, oh, what if this? What if they see this? What if they see this? If they don't like it, they don't like it. So be it. We all, who really cares? You know what I mean? There's so many people on this earth. I just didn't want to get caught up in that again. I did that. It ruined, it kills you. Like, if you've ever done that, you know what I'm talking about. It will tear you down to your knees and destroy you. And they have all the power to just leave you with absolutely nothing but how bad you feel about yourself because of who you are. Never, ever, 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 never feel bad for being who you are, and never allow someone else's opinion to dictate how you live your life and how you want to live your life. Go chase your dreams, be who you want to be, and do it like you love it, even if you hate it. That's how I think. Do things you hate like you love them, and you'll see a lot of success. So, yeah, wow, it turned into a long one. Hopefully I didn't ramble and go in circles a million times. Sometimes I feel like I do that because I don't do these scripted ever. I never telegram them. I don't do anything like that. I don't even have bullet points or notes or anything pulled up. I just kind of, what I kind of do is I just kind of get inspiration throughout my week, and I don't know, I just kind of have thoughts and jumble them around with my experiences of talking to other people and my own, and I make them into a video. But all right, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a good one. My voice is kind of getting there. See, just after that, like, kind of hurts. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good 4th. I don't know if I'll be posting Friday. Most likely not Friday because, because obviously 4th of July, and I have plans. It will most likely be Sunday. I'll be seeing you guys. But if you want more stuff like this, just check out my Instagram. So I hope you guys have a good one. God bless you guys, and be who you want to be. Do not care. It's the best decision I ever made.